What's up, guys? We're back for Coffee Talk, and we're wrapping up the week with a little bit of Green Dragon. So, talking about our year-round Costa Rica coffee today. And this coffee story starts for us 7 years ago now. We started working with this coffee in 2013, so harvest cycle 2013. When Eric and our previous director of coffee, Christian, took a trip down to Costa Rica to explore working through a new exporting partner, meet some farmers, and just explore coffee production in Costa Rica a little bit more. This is just as we were starting the whole farm to cup coffee initiative that we have today. And during that 2013 cycles, when we first bought a little bit of coffee from the Misepa co-op from Chiripo. And Chiripo is a region in Costa Rica. It's on the east side of the country. A lot of the coffee tends to come from central Costa Rica or west, particularly in specialty coffee. Chiripo is high in the mountains in the eastern side of the country. And it's a little bit harder to get to. Like driving around Costa Rica's West Valley or even into Tarrazú from San Jose, which is kind of in the south central part of the country. Not too bad. You can get by, but having to make a trip all the way out to Chiripo can be a little daunting. A lot of time in a Jeep, for sure. But worth it in terms of the views and worth it to get together with our partners there at the Misepa Co-op. So Eric and Christian first found this coffee 2013. Then in 2014, we started working to buy container loads, which most of our year-round coffee comes in a container load, and then we use those as blend components. So we started to buy a container per year of Misepa. And we've done it every year since 2014, which is super exciting, to be able to hold partners for that long. And going back to when we first started working with Misepa, they were really just getting going as a mill. Their production since we started working with them has grown pretty tremendously, and they've made a lot of investments into their infrastructure, into their mill itself, which having fixed price contracts like they have with us, that makes it a lot easier for them. Because they know, hey, we got this. We know we're going to sell this much coffee to Stone Creek every single year. Of course, that's assuming the quality holds and they don't have production issues. But that allows them to then bank on that income coming in to then work on their marketing, their development to become ultimately a better coffee company themselves. So we're thrilled to be able to work with partners like Misepa for as long as we have. And that's the coffee that's inside of the bag. Now, the name of the coffee, Green Dragon, actually came from a different Costa Rican coffee we had sourced previous to locking this in as one of our year-round single origin components. We had gotten a micro lot from a farm called Cerro Verde, which if you leave San Jose and head toward Chiripo, you're going to go through Tarrazú, that's where Cerro Verde is. And when you get into the mountains that extend really from Tarrazú into Chiripo, they're just remarkably lovely, like deep green, and then there's high enough elevation from 1,500 meters to 2,000, 2,200 meters above sea level there in that part of the country, and the clouds will roll in the midst of the mountains, and it looks like that could be a place where you would find a dragon living. So it was really like the aesthetics of nature in that part of the world that really kind of spoke to us in terms of coming up with a name for this coffee, Green Dragon. And so we had called that micro lot that we sold back in, I think, 2014, we called it Green Dragon. But then when we wanted to pick a name for our year-round Costa Rica that we'd have all the time, we had really liked that name. We liked the visual. And so we said, you know what, let's give it to Misepa, because the geography certainly mirrors the geography that we experienced there in Tarrazú. We said, it's probably a good idea to keep the name. In terms of the flavor of the coffee, Costa Rican coffees generally just have a nice balance of stone fruit, like plum, cherry, maybe even grape a little bit, like a white grape, to go with cashew kind of nuttiness, not a heavy nuttiness like a Brazil, but this sort of sweet cashew, and then milk chocolate. So it's really a well-balanced light roast. And so we've used it a lot in things like our cold brew and green bike because it brings a lot of balance to the party while still giving us sweetness and juiciness that we really, really like to have. So Misepa has really been a staple in our line because it's accessible, it's delightful, it's sweet, clean, and juicy. And the green coffee really holds up well. Like some coffees, depending on how they're processed, how well they're handled by the farmers, they can start to get off flavors, like heavy, grainy, burlappy notes as the green coffee ages. Because we keep this coffee in our line all year round, we need a coffee that's going to be really, really stable. And Misepa is one of the most stable coffees we have, where it tends to hold its flavor profile really, really well, which is an awesome thing to have. So they do a good job drying there, making sure that their coffee is well managed, and ultimately then we get to experience it in Milwaukee all year round and have it tasting pretty rad. So that's Green Dragon. Do new coffee next week. Let me know if you have any questions or ideas in terms of other videos you'd like to see. We've been going across the company doing our learning workshops for this quarter, and those have been awesome. So we've been talking a little bit in those workshops about our company's strategic initiatives to include B Corp certification, but we'll have videos coming out about those here in the near future. So jump over to our channel if you want to check out other coffee videos I've done or learn about fixed price coffee buying versus C-market coffee buying. So you can check out the other videos over there on our channel. See you later.